Peace. It's your boy Herb Smith. And if you've been rocking with me this long, then you know that everything that I do and everything that I'm about is about getting your mind right and getting focused. But today I'm changing the name to Realigned Thinking because when I stopped and I thought about it, I realized that this is more than just about motivation. This is about how you think. Because when you realign your thinking, you change your life. So it's the same mission, same energy, just a bigger vision. It's not just about getting excited. It's not just about being motivated because, as we know, motivation can die. You know, it can go away, it can diminish. And then what's left after that? So, like I said, I come to the realization that it's more about how we think about things, how we look at things, and how we actually feel about things. When we realign those things, that's when we begin to see results. And I had to look at it for my own self. What's actually changing me? Because when I talk with other people and they're still staying stuck in the same place, doing the same things, but yet and still they say they want change. So what was it about me? It was because I changed how I looked at things. It was because I changed how how I allowed things to make me feel. I changed on how I went about doing things. I realigned my whole train of thought. So this is where this comes about, realigned thinking. I think it's more relatable. I think that it's more, and I think that it's going to be more effective. When you change the way that you think, the way that you look, and the way that you feel about things, that's when you will start to see change in your life. You won't need to be motivated. It'll just become a part of you. All right. So in today's podcast, other than just announcing the change of the name from Get Your Mind Right, Get Focused to Realigned Thinking, and don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna, you're gonna still hear me saying, Get Your Mind Right, Get Focused, because that's the core of everything that I'm doing here. That's what it's all about to me, is getting your mind in the right place and getting focused so you can take care of what it is that you need to take care of. But it's a matter of how you go about looking at it. It's how you think about it. It's how you feel about it. And I know keep repeating the same thing over probably, but sometimes it's necessary in order for you to really get it. Okay. So, like I said, today I want to talk about things that keep you stuck. All right. Because a lot of you say that you want something. You say that you can't get it for some reason. In fact, some of you come to me so passionately and you seem so hype, but I can tell that you're really not going to go about doing that. You're not going to make that happen. It's not going to be a success. You're not even going to get started for a lot of you. You're not even going to get started. You just got high energy at the moment. And I'm able to notice this right off the back. I just don't say anything because I don't want to burst your bubble at the time, because I really do wish the best for you. But for some reason, you're stuck. You're comfortable in your routine. You're comfortable with your everyday steps in life. Even though you're not happy in it, you're comfortable in it. And that's the problem right there, is you have to break that comfort zone. You have to shake things up. And you're afraid to. You're afraid to take a chance on yourself, not realizing that every day you're taking a chance on yourself. You're just taking a chance in the wrong direction. And I hate to call it a wrong direction, but if we're going to keep it real, it's the wrong direction. And why do I say it's the wrong direction? Because it doesn't lead you to the destination that you truly want to be in. It keeps you in the same place, doing the same thing, being in the same position, day after day, month after month, year after year. In order to break that cycle, You have to get out of your comfort zone. That's the only way. You have to break up the routine. You have to add some other things in there. I've said it in the past before. You have your day job. Of course, you don't quit your day job. You go to work at your day job, and whatever it is that you want to do, when you get done with your day job, treat it like a second job and start doing that. Even if it's just for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, just start somewhere. But you have to get started. You have to break the monotony of your daily routine. And it's not just a job. This is in a relationship. This is and not just a relationship with like a partner. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be a number of things, but you have to sit down and figure this out for yourself. Don't be afraid to get a pen and a piece of paper and write down your ideas, what it is that you want to do, what it is, where it is that you would like to be in your life. And then write down what interferes with that, what keeps you from that. What are the obstacles that are in place blocking you from achieving and accomplishing that? Be honest with yourself. This is a personal thing that you are doing just for you. You don't have to share it with nobody. In fact, I encourage you not to share it with anybody. Keep it private to yourself, but do it. And take a strong, hard look at it. What's keeping you from getting where it is that you want to be in life? Better yet, let's ask a more even serious question. Do you really want what it is that you say you want out of life? Do you really want to start that business that you keep talking about? Do you really want to lose that weight that you keep talking about? Do you really want to eat healthier? How you keep saying you want to eat more healthier? Do you really want to go back to school and get that higher education? Do you really want it? Do you? Or are you just talking? You just blowing smoke? Let's keep it real. You can tell me anything. You can tell the next person anything, but you can't lie to yourself. You know the truth. And that's the person that you got to keep it real with. I'm just telling you, but it's you that you have to keep it real with. Because you can't lie to yourself because you know the truth. So you can fool me. You can trick the next person and they'll go and be like, yeah, they about to do it. They about to make it happen. But you know darn well deep down in yourself, you're not about to do nothing. Because you can't lie to yourself. So keep it real with you. Is this something that you really want? And if it is, then sit and figure out what's keeping you from getting it. Are you scared? Do you have fear? Do you know what fear is? Fear is false expectations appearing real. You're believing something that's going to happen that hasn't happened, that may not happen, more than likely won't happen. But you're believing it so much that it appears real in your life, in your mind, because you expect it to happen. So you're the one creating it. If you can create that fear, you can also create that confidence. You can create that sureness that this is going to happen with the understanding that you're going to face obstacles, you're going to face hurdles, you're going to have some delays, some downsides, some backfalls. You're going to go through some changes, but you're already going through changes. You're already experiencing all of these things. It's just that there's no light at the end of the tunnel for you. You just keep going around in the same circle, dealing with the same thing day in and day out. Why? Because you're comfortable in your routine. And why are you comfortable in your routine? Because you know what to expect. Because you've been dealing with it for oh so long. Think about it. You probably say it your own self. I'm so used to this, I already know what to expect. I don't know anything about that over there. That's not a guarantee. I'm going to say it. Life is not a guarantee. Tomorrow is not promised. Let's keep it real, right? Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing in this world is a guarantee. Why not keep it real with yourself? Why not just go ahead and take a chance on you? Where there's a light at the end of the tunnel that benefits you. You have to break the comfort in your routine, and you have to take some challenges, and you have to take a chance on yourself. That's the only way. Now, another thing that keeps us stuck is fear of the unknown and failure. We kind of touched on this, right? When we talk about fear, false expectations appearing real, it's understandable to have fear of the unknown. Okay, that's a normal feeling, that's a normal reaction, but it's not an excuse. The only thing that would make it an excuse is you, just you, which means that you have the control. You worried about failing? Do you know that to not try is to fail, and that to try is to succeed? Notice I said try is to succeed. You don't actually have to accomplish it, but you tried. That's an E for effort. And who knows? You keep trying, you keep trying, you keep trying. Next thing you know, you break through the barrier and you actually succeed at it. But to try alone is success within itself. Why? Because even though you may not achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve, you accomplish something. You recognize that it's possible. You recognize that you could step outside of your comfort zone and take a chance on yourself. And if you could do that this time, you could do it again. And you keep doing it until you break the barrier and accomplish whatever it is that you set out to accomplish. So the only thing that stands in your way is you. Fear of failure? If you don't try, you fail. Because you never even gave yourself a chance. You didn't even believe enough in yourself to take a chance on yourself. I mean, let's think about that. You're doing all this talking, all this acting, because that's what it is acting, putting on a charade for somebody else to get them to believe that you're about to do something, like it benefits them. Like I told you before, I'm able to detect whether or not you're serious or you're not serious, whether or not you're really going to take that step forward or you're not going to take that step forward. But I'm not going to tell you. Why? Because I don't want to burst your bubble. I really want to see you do it and want to see you make it. And when we part, I don't think about it anymore because it doesn't benefit me in the first place. The most I'm going to do is wish you the best luck. I can't wait to see you accomplish this and keep it moving. Now, you might feel like, Dad, but you're lying. No, I'm telling you the truth because that's how I feel. I really want that for you. But you have to want it for yourself. See, me wanting it for you is not enough. But my hope is that my confidence in you gives you that extra boost to make you feel like, Dad, you know what? He believes in me. Maybe I could do this. Let me just try. But that's on you. To recognize that, to feel that, to see that, to think about it, to actually attempt it. That's on you, not on me. My part is to encourage and to inspire. That's it. That's where it stops. The rest is on you because I got my own stuff I'm dealing with. I got my own things that I struggle with. I got my own barriers that I'm trying to break for me. So I can't sit and worry about what you're doing, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to make happen. And I learned this because I was in that place where I was stuck, worrying about the next person, sitting here talking about my ideas, my ambitions, my drives, what I just like, my dreams, and wondering why nobody's here to help me, why nobody's here to partner with me, why no one's here pushing me and driving me. Because it boils down to me, not them. They got their own stuff they dealing with, their own stuff that they doing. I had to realize this for me, and you have to realize it for yourself. You're going to have to be the one to go up against that fear. You're going to have to be the one to stop looking at yourself as failing and start looking at yourself as achieving, as accomplishing, as a winner. You're going to have to be the one to do that. No one can do that for you. Okay? So that's two that I've given you so far. All right? Comfort in routine and fear of the unknown and failure. The third one is lack of clear goals. A lot of you are out here just moving around by the seat of your pants. You don't have no direction. You don't have no guide. You don't have no plan. You don't have no real thought into whatever it is that you're trying to do. And that's one of the reasons why it is that you're still stuck and why you're not getting anywhere, because you're not well, it goes back to getting your mind in the right place and getting focused. You're not focused. Your mind isn't in the right place. You haven't clearly sat down, but you haven't sat down and clearly thought out the process of what it's going to take, of what it is that you need to do in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. You don't have any clear goals. Excuse me. You have to sit and take the time and figure out what it is you need to do in order to make happen whatever it is that you want to make happen. I don't care what it is. It could be the most smallest thing or it can be the most biggest thing. But everything happens in steps. And you have to write down your goals. Today I'm going to go to work. And then after that, I'm going to sit for an hour or two and I'm going to work on this. It could be writing a book. I'm going to sit down for an hour or two and I'm going to write a chapter in my book. Or I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to take some notes for my book. I'm going to get up an hour early and I'm going to go to the gym. Or I'm going to get up an hour early and I'm going to meditate for 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to, whatever it is that you want to do, make time to put towards whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. Today at lunchtime, I'm going to go down to the building, wherever it is, and fill out my form to get my EIN for my business. Or if you already have it, I'm going to sit and take time and work on my website. Or I'm going to start promoting on social media. You have to make the time. You have to set goals. You have to set standards for yourself. It's no more doing the same things that's blocking you, that's keeping you from achieving these goals. And you're going to realize more than likely it's you. And you're just blaming other people because nobody can really make you do whatever it is that you don't want to do. I mean, if they're threatening your life, then yeah, that's a different story. But come on, let's go out, let's go hang out, or let's go do this, let's go and do that. Nobody can make you do those things if you don't really want to do them. So if you put in other people, other places, and other things above whatever it is that you want to achieve, it's because you're allowing that. It's because that's more important to you than you actually achieving whatever it is that you say you want to make happen in your life. So you have to have clear goals. And again, it's okay. And I would encourage actually, get a pen and a piece of paper and write it down. Go on Microsoft Word or Google Documents, type it up, print it out, put it somewhere where you can see it every day. Read it once or twice a day so you can embed it in your brain. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. This is how I got to go about it. It has to become second nature in your life, like anything and everything else. It has to become a part of you. All right. So now, the next thing that keeps you stuck is waiting for motivation. When I started off as a motivational, inspirational speaker some years ago, there were times when I would get unmotivated and I would become stagnated. And then I would wonder, like, daggone, I had people coming to me around who would be seeking basically my attention. You know, they want to be motivated. Their spirit was down and they needed a uplift, a boost. And I've always been good at that. But then there were periods where I would become down. And then I'd fall into a state of depression. And then people still coming to me looking for my help, my assistance, not realizing that I needed help and I needed assistance. And my question became, daggone, who motivates the motivator? Like, everybody thinks that I got all my stuff together, that I never have these moments of feeling down and depressed and lonely and hurting and needing some assistance in my life. And then I found myself just waiting for those moments to be inspired, to be motivated. So then I started asking myself some questions. Why do I feel the need for this? Why is this such a strong feeling? And why does it shut me down when I don't receive it? What is motivation? And I realized that motivation, for me, motivation was just an energy boost. That's all. I used to drink those Red Bulls. Thank goodness I don't drink them anymore, but I used to drink those Red Bulls faithfully. All right. And the thing about drinking a Red Bull is it gives you this boost of energy. And then when that boost of energy is gone, you kind of collapse. You come down hard. All right. At least when you first start drinking them, after a while, you become used to them. But the after effects are still so strong and hard. And I compared motivation for me in the same form. I get this boost of energy. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to go and do this and accomplish that. And then when it all settles, or after a while, I crash. And then for some reason, I can't write. I can't stay focused. I can't get up and go and do the things that I know that I should be doing. And I realize it's because I'm relying on motivation. And that's what a lot of you are doing. You're waiting to be motivated. You're waiting to be inspired. Now, for me, I do a lot of self-evaluation. And I look at different aspects of my life and I compare things. And I had to stop and look at certain things that I do every day, regardless of how I feel. Whether I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm sick, I'm unmotivated, I'm unhappy, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I still get up and make these things happen. Why is that? And my answer to myself was because it's what has to be done. Regardless of how I feel, regardless of anything that I just described, it's what I got to do. Because that's the only way it's going to get done. You see, me, I'm self employed. All right. I don't answer to anyone, I answer to myself. And anyone who is self employed knows and understands that there is no room for I can't. There's no room for I don't feel like it. There's no room for not today. Because if it doesn't get done, it affects multiple things in your life. That's why it's so important to do what it is that you love. That way it doesn't ever get tired. That way you're not worried about being motivated or inspired, because it's something that you actually enjoy doing. So whether you feel like doing it or you don't feel like doing it, because trust me, you can enjoy doing something, but there are those days you don't feel like doing this because you got other things in your life going on. But you get up and you go and do it anyhow. In fact, and I've said it before and I'm sure I'll say it again, you get up and go to a job that you can't stand, making minimum wage or a few dollars over minimum wage. Whether you're sick, whether you're angry, whether you're not feeling good, whether you're inspired, motivated, or I should say not inspired, not motivated, you get up and you go and do that job with no problem every single day. Why? Because it's what has to be done. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait to be inspired. In fact, you probably can't even stand your boss. You probably can't even stand some of your coworkers. You probably can't stand that job. But you get up and you go and do it. Some of you get up and look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I can't stand this body. I need to lose weight. I can't stand how I look over here, over there, or think if I could just change this or if I could just do that. Some of you get up and we look at how you eat. I really got to stop eating like this. My cholesterol is too high. My blood pressure is too high. Or my body just ache and this and that. Some of you still do that in which you know does not make you happy. Some of you still do the things that make you feel bad about yourself. Are you motivated and inspired to do those things? No, you just do them. And you're not doing them because you have to do them. See, you want to work a job because it's what you have to do. But some of these other things, you're not doing it because you have to do. It's because you're comfortable in your routine of doing it. And you're afraid to step outside that comfort zone and do something else. Because you're waiting to be motivated and inspired. And stop and think about this. Even when you get that little bit of motivation and inspiration, most of the time you still don't do it. You're just excited for the motivation and inspiration. So until you're willing to face that within yourself and start taking the necessary steps and stop looking at it as a woe me and if only this or if only that or if such and such this and such that, This is where your realigned thinking comes in. Stop looking outside and start looking inside, because that's where the work needs to be done, not outside. When you start working on yourself internally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, things outside will shift and change all on their own, including some of the things that you don't really want to change but are not beneficial to you. So you have to be receptive to the change if this is what you really want. The thing that you keep talking about, the thing that you keep dreaming about, fantasizing about, thinking about, but not acting on. Now, the fifth one is, and this is the last one I'm going to give you, is environments that pull you back. Yep. Environments that pull you back. And believe me on mine, it will happen. I'm sure it's already happened. You ever start doing something and you're making progress? You can see the progress, you feel good about the progress, and then somebody comes around and they say something that triggers you and it pulls you back, or somebody pops up out of nowhere from your past, say some really nice things, you fall for it and it pulls you back, takes your focus off of what it is that you've been doing and actually achieving at, and you get sucked back into some old ways or some nonsense that just takes you away from what it is that you're trying to do. We normally call that the devil getting busy. And I'm not going to take that away because I still say that till this day. But in essence, what that really is you taking your eyes off the goal. You not staying focused on what it is that you are truly after, what it is that you truly want to achieve. You not having your mind in the right place and staying focused on what it is that you want. So let's say you've been doing something, right? And you've been making progress at it. And then somebody calls you up and says, hey, we're about to take this trip and we're about to go over here and we're about to do this, that, and the third. What you need to do at that moment is ask yourself, how does this affect what it is that I have going on in my life right now? Is it going to add to it or is it going to take from it? And if it's going to take from it and not give anything, then you need to consider not doing it. Because what that is doing is pulling you away from what it is that you are trying to accomplish, whatever it is that you are after, from what it is that you made as a goal for yourself to achieve. I'm not saying don't take breaks, don't go and do something to enjoy yourself. But you plan those moments, those times, those periods inside your goals. And you make sure that whatever it is that you do benefits your goal. So let me give you an example. You've been working hard for a whole year at running this business, right? You decide, okay, I want to take a break. I'm going to go on vacation, go chill on the beach, get my mind straight because I don't want to get burned out. And while I'm out here, I'm just going to relax, get refreshed, rejuvenated, then I'm going to come back and hit the ground running. Basically, what you've done is you walked away from what it is that you're doing went, rejuvenated yourself so that you can come back, focus on what it is that you want to do. You didn't go do no hoopla, no nonsense, anything that can threaten your freedom or threaten your health or threaten your life. You haven't done anything to interfere with whatever it is that you have going on. But you got people who will come in and not intentionally interfere with what you got going on. And the funniest thing about it is they more than likely don't even have an interest in what it is that you're doing. So you have to know this for yourself. You have to see it for yourself. You have to believe that it's a real thing for yourself. And you have to act accordingly for yourself. Everybody's not coming with you. Everybody's not going to believe in you. Everybody's not going to agree with you. People are going to try and debate with you. People are going to tell you what it is that they think you should be doing. People are going to make you feel uncomfortable. People are going to make you feel bad. And I want you to think about something. You're going to feel all these things without anybody's assistance, all on your own. Why? Because you're changing the comfort of your routine. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone and attempting to do something on unfamiliar ground. You're realigning the way you think about things. You're realigning the way you look at things. And you're realigning the way you feel about things. Everybody's not going to be in agreement with it. Everybody's not going to be happy about it. This is loved ones, family, friends. The list can go on. But the things that are most important to you, the things that you find value in, are going to be disrupted. So really, it's a question of, like I said before, is it something, do you really want this? Let's say you start losing weight and your friend still has on weight. You don't think that's going to affect them? Yeah, they may sit and tell you, girl, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Homie, yo, look at you, man. You buffing up, this and that. Yeah, one day I'm going to get to the gym with you too. They're happy for you, it appears on the surface, but deep down, do you really think that's not affecting them? Because you serve as a mirror. We're keeping it real, right? You serve as a mirror. And then they start seeing flaws in themselves. They start feeling like you're growing and they're staying in the same place. Then they start saying little sly things. You start your own business. Yeah, I'm proud of you. That's what's up. That's good and this and that. And they don't even be the main one who come and support you. You don't think that you growing and you changing, you bettering yourself affects them? You don't think that they get a little envious, a little jealous? And it's not that they can't do something either. It's just that they stuck in their own comfort zone. And when you start leaving that comfort zone, you start leaving whatever was in that comfort zone, they're in that comfort zone. This is a real thing. And this takes thick skin. And this is where you have to be ready and prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because you're going to get hit from all directions. But you got to be prepared for it. It's not easy making changes in your life, depending on what type of change it is. It's not easy. But life isn't easy. Doing what you are currently doing isn't easy. But you say you want something. You say you want to better yourself. You say you want change. And I only speak about this because I get a lot of people who always come to me with their ideas, who say, always want to tell me about what it is that they're trying to do or what they want to do or asking me for advice on how to go about doing something. So this is why I talk about it. Not only do I get people who do that, I see people who are just stuck. They're so unhappy. They're so miserable. Some people sit and say, I wish I would just die. No, you don't want to die. What you want is the way that you're going about doing things to die. You want the things that's happening in your life to die. You yourself don't want to die. Or let's look at it this way. You want the way that you look at things, the way that you think about things, the way that you feel about things, the way you go about things. You want that to die. And you want something else to be rebirthed in you. And that's where we're talking about, that's where realigned thinking comes in. That's your rebirth. How you think about things, how you look at things, how you feel about things, how you go about things. You don't have to wait. You can start right now. So that's the 5 things that I want to give to you today, along with the changing of the name of the podcast from Get Your Mind Right, Get Focused to Realigned Thinking. I tell you, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. And it's only you who can make it happen. I could walk you through all the steps. I could show you the methods. I could do all of that. But I can't do it for you. You have to be the one who wants to do it for yourself. Nobody can do it for you. Only you can do it for you. And you have to do it with your head held high. Sometimes you may be like this. There's been times where I've been walking, doing what I got to do, and my head is down, but I'm still doing what it is that I got to do. But then I realize I don't need to walk with my head down. I walk with my head up. That way I can see everything that's going on. I don't just bump into things haphazardly. I'm focused. I have my head in the right place. I have my head on straight. Do I stumble sometimes? Yes. Do I run into obstacles sometimes? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Do I get hurt? Yes. Do I feel sad? Yes. All of it and then some. But do I stop? No. Do I fall off sometimes? Yes. But do I stop? No. Why? Because I've made it to a point to where I don't know nothing else. And you want to get to the point to where you don't know anything else. All you know is go. That's it. It's got to get done. I got to make this happen. This is just life. That's all. And one day, this too shall pass. But in the meantime, I'm here. And I'm here for a reason. And I got these feelings. I got these notions. I got this ambition inside of me. I got things that I want, things that I desire. And it is my right to have them. It is my right to achieve them. It is my right to desire them. It is my right to go after whatever it is that is on my spirit to go after. Now, who has the right to tell me I can't have that? I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be believing or dreaming like such. Who has the right to say that? Nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. Because this is a God-given right. And if God sees you fit enough for it, then nobody else, what they think, what they feel, how they see, has no ground. It doesn't matter. If God believes in you enough to give you another day, another chance, Who are you to doubt it? Who are you to throw it away? Who are you not to believe in your own self if the Most High believes in you? Hmm? Other people, let them doubt. Let them have their disbeliefs. The only thing that they're really doubting and disbelieving is in their own self, and they're just trying to project their disbelief and doubt on themselves on you. Take the higher ground, go after what it is that you want, whatever it may be, and do it with a smile, even when it hurts. Peace. I'm your boy Herb Smith, and welcome to the new podcast, Realigned Thinking. And as always, it's time to get your mind right and get focused. Peace.